Hi, this is Ushio, and welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. It's chapter 5 of the Requiem mod, and I think finally we'll be able to fully enjoy the fireworks celebrations. Because all the problematic people are out of the picture, they're mostly in jail, so that's all good. Here we go. I awake completely exhausted, with my body aching all over the place from the unbridled night of passion that I just shared with Anna. Normally I'd be thinking about who to bring to the big fireworks, or I would realise what Reza was doing, like in the last cycle. But since he's in jail, and the end is in sight, I feel like the only appropriate choice would be to call everyone up. But for now, I've got someone more important than all of them with me. I gently give the frill on the side of her head a small rub to wake her up. You stop that right now. Sorry, I just like the texture of it. What kind of a freak are you? One who likes dragons? Shut up. She lazily moves her head over my chest, and I put my hand over her back, slowly stroking along the length of her spine. As I do, I once again feel this strange pang in my chest, making my heart beat faster, which causes her lips to curl into that ever-present smirk. I can hear your heart beating faster. Is my little lovesick patient in need of some more medicine? I don't reply, I just hug her tighter against my chest. I can't help it. I know, you're like an addict, always coming back for more. But I don't mind. I have to admit, I was sceptical for so long, even after I admitted that I loved you back. My heart overruled my mind, and it was probably the best decision I've ever made. I don't mean to say I regretted anything after that afternoon, I could never. But up until I saw your spirit start to crumble into dust right in front of me, I couldn't reconcile my mind and my heart. I stopped stroking Anna's back and squeezed her tighter against me. Don't worry, I won't ever forget or betray your trust, so go ahead, sate your addiction, and tell me what you're thinking. Every minute we spend apart is agony for me. Every single second I get to touch your scales, I just have this hunger for more. I just want to feel every inch of your body between my fingers. When you held my head against your chest, it felt like the entire world just disappeared around us, like time just stopped. It's those quiet, peaceful moments with you is what's truly worth living for. You make all my struggles worth it. You're hopeless. We switched positions on the bed and lay next to each other. Even though mornings come, we don't really feel like getting up yet, so we just share these tender moments with each other. Anna tightly wraps her arms around my neck, resting one hand against the back of my head and pressing my face against her chest, just like I had mentioned to her just a few minutes ago. I gently whimper into her, making her chuckle softly. The warmth of the sun shining on us pales in comparison to what I feel in this moment. However, after a while, we both agree that we have to get out of bed. Today might not be all that long, but it's certainly an important one. So what's the plan? Not much. I'm just going to call around to see who I can invite to the finale tonight. Once I'm done with that, we could go and have some fun if you like. Actually, yeah. Today's a holiday after all, due to it being the last day of the festival, so even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to go back to work. The facility's closed. I had no idea the facility could be closed for the day. Well, it's only for holidays and special occasions. More time for us then. Seriously, tone it back or I'm really gonna throw up. Or maybe I'll develop diabetes. Never. She just shakes her head and rolls her eyes at me. I'll go raid your fridge for something to eat while you do your thing. Right, go ahead. While Anna disappears into the kitchen, I move toward the phone and pick it up. Okay, so let's call everybody. Okay, Remy, Amelia, Amelie. Hey, this is Amelia. Yo, I was just calling to see if you and Remy are available tonight. I was thinking of calling everyone together for the fireworks finale. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll be sure to tell Remy and Amelie right away. When do we meet up? How about 6 PM at my apartment? We'll be there. Cool. I'll catch you later. Cool. So we gotta call everybody. Alright, Adine. Hello? Hey, it's me. What's up? Just wanted to see if you'd like to come to the fireworks funny with us tonight. I'm trying to call everybody I know together for a big party. Sounds wonderful. Who's going to be there? Just about everybody I can think of that we're friends with. So that also means Remy and Amelia too, by the way. Oh yeah, I'm definitely there, 100%. When do I get there? 6 PM, okie dokie. Cool, Lorem and Ipsum. Doing the rounds. Morning, it's Lorem speaking. How can I help? Yo Lorem, it's me. Would you and Ipsum like to come with us to the fireworks show tonight? Would we? Good to hear. We're meeting at my apartment at 6. Don't be late. We won't. And he's so happy. He forgot to put the phone down. Bryce. This is Bryce, what's up? Right, you of all people would know my number. Anyways, I'm thinking about throwing a big party for the fireworks tonight. Wanna come? Definitely. Where and when? My apartment, 6 PM. Right, I'll see if I can get the boys to come too. Ah, don't bother, I'm gonna call Maverick and Sebastian myself too. Cool, see you then. Maverick and Sebastian, are they on the same number? Right, I don't know Maverick's phone number, but maybe the police station trick will work again. Hello, this is the police station. How may we help? Hey operator. This is Ambassador Ushio. Could you please put Officer Maverick or Sebastian onto the line? This again? Hold on. Hey, you wanna come too? Hey Sebastian, is Maverick nearby? He is. What's up? I know the police line isn't for this kind of conversation, but I don't know either of your phone numbers off the top of my head. You know I'm right outside your door because I'm supposed to be your escort, right? Wait, but then Maverick's? Right, I'm here. What's up? So I was just thinking of calling everyone together for the fireworks finale tonight. You two want to come? I can't. I'll be guarding the portal tonight. I could show up. Sure. Don't worry about it, Sebastian. I know a good spot near the portal that should be wide enough for us all and still have a great view of the fireworks. Bryce will be there too, so there's probably not going to be any trouble about it. Okay, count me in then too. Thanks. Everyone should start to show up around my apartment by 6, so you see when the party's starting. I'll catch you guys later. Cool, see ya. Bye. That's bizarre. What's Maverick doing around here anyways? He's just lurking and hanging out, so let's check our status real quick. We're still besties, everybody impressed, and Anna in love. So everyone's still cool. We've got Linnea, Malcolm, and Vara. Yo, this is Malcolm speaking. Hey Malcolm, this is the Ambassador. I was just calling to see if maybe you, Linnea, and Vara would like to get together with my friends for the fireworks finale tonight. Hold on, let me consult with Linnea about this. Cool. It takes him a while, and I hear some murmurings through the line. Thanks for waiting. We'd be honoured. Wonderful. I hope it doesn't stress Vara out. I guess we will see, but the moment she heard your name, her frills perked up, so I think we should be fine. That's great. We'll be starting at my apartment at 6 PM. Ask Officer Maverick or Sebastian for directions if you need it. Thanks. I'll see you later. Bye bye. Okay, so Bryce, Sebastian, Maverick and Nadine are all coming. So let's see if that's enough to convince Naomi. We'll call her last. Yo. Hey Naomi, it's me. I just got off the phone with everybody and can confirm that everybody from the department and also a dean are going to come to the party tonight. Okay, who else did you invite? Remy, Amelia, Malcolm, Linnea, Vara, Amelie, Lorem and Ipsum. Anna's also coming. Wow, that's a lot of people. The same people I raised a glass for, don't forget that. But if you feel too uncomfortable, feel free to leave or just not come. Don't feel pressured. Thanks for the offer, I appreciate that. But 14 people really is a bit too much for me, so I think I'm gonna pass. Okie dokie. It was worth a shot, but feel free to leave a message should you want to meet up some other time. I will, thanks. Oh well, you can't have everything. Naomi's peaced out, but everybody else is coming. Have you found anything to eat? Well, most of the stuff you had in your fridge was starting to go bad, but there's still a few edible things left. Right, I haven't exactly had the time to clean the pantry again since we got Amelia back. That, and I bet you were eating out with the others and me for the most part. True. Either way, It's no excuse for my negligence. I don't want to end up with a mouldy fridge like Damien had. Why even bring that arsehole up? It's just an observation. His fridge was rotting for weeks when Mav and I investigated it after all. It stunk up the place when I checked it. And I don't exactly want to end up like him. That's good. But speaking of, any news on the court case? Not too much, but it's looking real bad for him. The courts are reviewing the evidence, and they paint an airtight picture that no defence in the world is going to be able to break through, no matter how much the council tries to spin it. To be fair, I don't think the council has a leg to stand on to spin anything. What do you mean? There are some extenuating circumstances the council has to take into account when dealing with you in the future, namely your relationship with me. I'm not sure I follow. So, remember the night that we saved Amelia? Yes, my lawyer mentioned that situation has made most judges want to avoid my case like the plague. What about it? The night we took Amelia to the production facility's medical ward, where you, Remy and Ibsen were getting her patched up, we locked down the entire area with Maverick, Bryce, Lorem and Nadine, causing enough of a ruckus for the council to investigate it personally. Since I was involved, that means Emra, the one in charge of my visit, was sent to check on us, and I sprung our whole time travel situation on her in a way that puts the entire council in checkmate. I told them if they crossed you or any of my friends in any way, shape or form, I'm taking Amelia's revival via the portal straight to the press. It would cause untold mayhem because the council buried the story. Just imagine the rioting from people who would want their loved ones back. That's cold, even for you. You know I had to do it to them, else the media would have immediately made the story about Amelia's sudden return to life. But this gave me the perfect opportunity to cover everyone's asses too. I just hope you know what you're doing. I do, and this is why no judge wants to touch your case currently. They're all council connected, and they don't want to force my hand by accident. But they also want to give Damien a fair shot, one he doesn't deserve, but a fair shot regardless. Doesn't deserve is right. I hope that shardbone bastard rots for all I care. I agree, but enough about him. Let's have some fun. Right. Let's go out. Anna and I spend the rest of the day relaxing and talking about everything that's happened up until now. She regales me with her findings and parts of her past, most of which I already know, of course. Still, I was just glad to be listening to her voice, my eyes wandering all around her the whole way through. Eventually it was my turn, and I caught her up to speed with everything that I've done, both in terms of saving my friends, and in what I did with the council. And then evening arrived, and the sun was starting to set. Slowly but surely, everyone I called arrived to the open area outside my apartment. Yeah, I don't think everybody can fit inside. Are you ready to meet up? Not sure, but let's just get this over with. It's gonna be fun. Once greeting everybody, we all made our way toward the portal, a knot forming in my stomach. My nervousness was not lost on the others, but I ignored their concerns. I can't rest until this night is over with everyone alive. I need to make sure what I've done in this cycle mattered. I think the only wild card now is potentially Izumi. As we approach the portal, I keep my eye out for any signs of trouble, be it from Izumi or Reza or whoever else. Reza's in jail, should be fine. Several of us have brought blankets, and we all begin setting them out in a large circle, with Bryce and Sebastian bringing a small pile of rocks to make a circular fire pit out of. I see Linnea placing a big basket down on one of the blankets, putting a few sandwiches and 2 big pitchers out of it to set out for everyone to eat. Anna and Maverick are doing a bit of uncomfortable catching up. So many people here now. Amelia and Nadine are having a blast talking about Amelie. Malcolm and Vara are having a cute little father-daughter moment while Linnea is setting things up. Lorem and Ipsum are having fun talking to each other. Hey Lorem, what's up? I don't think I've ever seen so many people together at one time, and have most of them know each other, since my university days I mean. Well, everyone at least knows me or Adine after all, and Anna in a way I suppose. You've made quite a few friends along the way, haven't you? I guess you could say that. Looks like you got the fire going this time, Bryce. Yeah, I know I wasn't feeling up to it during the barbecue, but with so many people around, I kinda got inspired. How are things? Looking good so far. There's this constant knot in my stomach about you know what, but with so many of us here, we might actually prove my mind wrong for once. Still worried about Reza? How could I not be? This is an unprecedented timeline, and we still haven't even been through this final night. This is usually the time things start to go wrong, and I just can't shake that feeling until tonight is over, no matter what. Lion up, man. You've done good. Thanks, Bryce. I'll go check on the rest of the dragons here, so I'll see you guys around. You do that. See you later. Remy. What's up? Why do you look so sad? I don't know. I just can't help but have this strange feeling when I look at that hatchling. Like I know her. Oh, Vara. Is that what her name is? Why does she look so familiar? Her father would have been one of Reza's victims if I hadn't got him arrested on my second night here. The mother she's with, Linnea, would die of an undiagnosed illness just a few short days later. If I hadn't found her, she would have died too. And when I find her, she ends up at the orphanage, and you adopt her instead of Amelie, only for her to end up being shot by Reza tonight. That's a really horrible fate for someone so young. I know. I think she remembers us too, because I've been to a picnic with her parents recently, and she was uncharacteristically drawn to me. Maybe she knows you on some spiritual level too. Come on, Amelia and Amelie are waiting for you. Don't soak around on your own here when you've got friends and family waiting for you. How about I introduce you to Vara some other time? I think the kids would be friends still. That would be nice. Remy and I split up, with him going back to Amelia, Nadine and Amelie, while I make my rounds near everyone, circling back to Anna and Maverick. It's still a shame, though, that you had to go through all of that. Yeah, what you and Miles suffered through wasn't exactly all sunshine and rainbows either. But I think it's for the best that we forget that. Even if we went back to try and save him like we did with Amelia, he'd be a danger to all of us. I suppose. That, and I still resent his little stunt with those pills. Oh come on, Mav. I told you I took them of my own free will. Maybe you wouldn't have ended up with cancer if you hadn't gotten those things in the first place. We can't know that. I hope I'm not interrupting anything. We're just airing out some old laundry. I heard Miles was mentioned. Don't worry about it. It's just some old drama. Drama that you still haven't let go of? You know how I am. Stubborn, bad with feelings. Tunnel-visioned and hard-headed. Maybe. Still stings how you could just scoop her up so effortlessly, though. You're not going to make me regret my decision, Maverick. I owe more than just my life to him, and you know it. To be fair, he had a major hand paw in Damien's case. True, but still. I know, and I'm not the kind of guy to rub something like this in. But anyways, I'll come back. See ya. Right. It's a huge gathering. I hope they're mixing and mingling quite nicely. Hey girls. Hey. Yo. I see Amelie's gone. What's she up to? Oh, she went to check out the other hatchling who came with Linnea. Do you know her? Not personally, but I do know that she's one of Amelie's tutors who's contracted to teach them back at the orphanage. Interesting. Yeah, I think I've seen her and that hatchling around before. What's wrong? Did I say something? Ask Remy. I just talked to him about this a few minutes ago. This again? What is it with you and wanting me to talk to Remy about things you know? Now, Adine. Maybe Ushio doesn't want to repeat themselves so much and wants the information to go around naturally. You do have a point. Oh, fireworks. While Adine and Amelia were musing out loud, the show had finally begun. Colourful explosions lit up the sky above the village, and we parked at just the right spot to view them in their full glory. Everyone's eyes went toward the sky, even more so than Anna and mine back when we viewed the fireworks on our date. It truly was as spectacular as everyone had hyped it up to be. The knot in my stomach was still there, but the sense of dread caused by Reza never came. More rockets started exploding, adding to the cacophony of explosions, multiplying the bright lights in the sky. The bright rainbow lights showered each of the 13 dragons I was sharing this moment with. So, how are you feeling? Better than ever. My stomach is still churning, but at least I don't feel dread anymore. It feels nice to see my efforts weren't in vain. I know what you mean. These past few days were an absolute whirlwind of emotions. And it looks like there's still more yet to come. Yes, there is. As I sit down next to Anna, I look around myself, gazing at each of my friends one by one around us. I'd finally done it. Dragonkind is safe. Humanity is on the road to recovery, and Anna finally got her cure. I brought Amelia back from the dead, reunited her with Remy, and even managed to save so many more lives. Vara, Linnea, Malcolm, all my friends, and everyone interconnected with them in one way or another gets to live. For the first time in what feels like an eternity, I was looking forward to the future. Just this once, everybody lives. After the party died down at the end of the fireworks show, we slowly started going our separate ways. Remy, Amelia and Amelia went back to their cosy little apartment on the other side of town. Sebastian and Bryce went back to their own homes. Linnea, Malcolm and Vara also left shortly afterward, but not before thanking me for inviting them over for the festivities. Lorem and Ibsen were the last to leave after Adine, leaving only me, Anna and Maverick to clean up after everybody. Not that we left much of a mess, but still. So, now that everyone's gone, it's only us three. I think I'd like to know about what you two have been talking about before the party began. Oh boy, here we go. You know that Anna's my ex-girlfriend, but how much do you really know about what went down between us? Well, I know you two didn't actually drift apart from work, but because she dumped you after she got diagnosed with the cancer, and Miles also died around that time too. Right, there's a bit more to the story though. You already know that Maverick and I have an open relationship. Well, the third wheel, it was actually Miles. Mostly because I was already into Maverick at the point, and he and Miles looked nearly identical. We actually hooked up because I mistook for Miles for Maverick in a bar once. That guy was talking and, well, doing things. And then he wanted a threesome with him and I. I don't think Usho has to know all the details about that, Mav. No, we're not going there. I was younger, more naive and stupid. Right, anyways, not long after that talk we had, I got a call from the hospital that Anna was hospitalised. Miles had brought some sort of pills from this one guy called Raph. Apparently, whatever was in those things is what got Anna sick enough to need an ambulance. I do remember Mav telling me about those pills in another timeline, but I never thought it would be Miles was the one who got them. And again, I recall telling you that I was fine. And I also recall you saying that Miles was acting like a wild animal in bed after taking those things. It's not hard to put two and two together. Are you suggesting that maybe those pills had something to do with Miles' degenerative disease? We don't have any way to prove it, but his symptoms only really started showing after the hospital incident. And at the same time, Anna also contracted cancer, and we also had no way to analyse or test the pills Miles got because Raph mysteriously disappeared off the street shortly afterward. These happened far too fast and far too close to each other to be a mere coincidence, I think. And I'm saying you're overthinking it, like always, and the fact you haven't moved on from this after so many years is concerning. For once, I disagree, Anna. You do? Thinking about it logically, how fast did this happen? A few days or weeks apart? About a week or two, yeah. And no such issues have arisen with either of you or Miles before that? Not for me, no. Miles always had some moments of acting weird, but never to the degree that he would start cannibalizing people. He also mostly ate fish, not red meat. Sure, he could, and did eat meat every once in a while, but again, mostly just fish. And then he started eating others. And the only connection between things going on from potentially bad to worse for both him and Anna are the pills. This can't be a coincidence. Carcinogenic agents exist in almost any and every substance, and in my world, drug-related deaths vary from overdosing to other sicknesses and degeneration of mental faculties, and it's very common. Mostly because we don't tend to know what kind of impurities or tainted filler material is used in them. It's not exactly far-fetched for Maverick to connect the dots on this one, Anna. And we don't even know what the active ingredient was in it, so we knew next to nothing on what they even were. This is exactly what I said. You do have a point, but on the other hand, I don't know if we could do anything about it at this point. Then again, we could. No. I know what you're trying to suggest, Anna, but no. I don't think after everything we've done in this timeline with Ushio, we could get away with, or handle doing the same portal travel shenanigans to save Miles. It pains me to agree with Mav there. We promised Evra not to do what we did for Amelia ever again in exchange for the council to silence the journalists. And we would also have to go back to before Miles ever bought the pills and convince him to come forward in time with us. It was possible to get Amelia to cooperate because she was sick and dying, and we had Remy as a good bargaining chip for her. But with Miles, we have no such case, and it would be almost as hard to convince him as it was to convince me that all of this is real. But he was also labelled as a serial killer. Just imagine what would happen if a formerly deceased serial killer just happened to return to life so soon after Amelia as well. There's no spin the council could do to save our asses in that case. And let's not forget Izumi. I got an earful from her from saving Amelia a few days after we came back. Sure, I verbally tore into her, but in the end she did have a point. It's a miracle in and of itself that this timeline didn't fall apart the moment we brought Amelia back with us. It was a gamble at best. Why does her opinion even matter? In fact, all I know is her name and some snippets of what you told me about her. Who the hell is she? I can't tell you everything, but I can tell you the gist. You remember back in the cafe on our first date, how I mentioned there was a third human? That's her. Izumi is partially the one who built the portal in the first place. She's an engineer. It's her job to make sure the portal even works. Every other timeline, she's the one who deletes the coordinates to my home to make sure Reza can't escape. Unless she's dead, and another version of me who's following her plans to a stupidly rigid degree does the same. In turn, she also adds a set of emergency coordinates that are bio-locked to me alone that sends me back to the day of my arrival, giving me the chance to try again. And this is how we made sure time stays cyclical while we figured out a way to save you guys and humanity at the same time. Sure, her way of thinking is a bit special, and she cares more about dragonkind than her own species, but compared to her, I never settled for an either-or. As such, her opinions matter a lot, considering she probably has more experience with time travelling than me in the long run. It's just that Anna dying in the last timeline turned me bitter and desperate enough to start ignoring her counsel. At least it worked out better for all we know. Every timeline she eats a bullet from Reza as a way to give us a chance to get him. Usually, it would be her getting shot first, and then Maverick, and then whoever I tried to go with to catch him. In the last one, when everyone came, she still got shot, but the rest of us managed to avoid getting hit. In the end, she kept dying one way or another, and this time looking like one of the few exceptions. What do you mean by one of the few? I can't quite put my finger on it, but there might be different timeline branches that I don't even know about. Like, I kept hearing about someone called Naomi from Bryce, yet until this very timeline, and maybe the last one for like a second, I haven't seen hide nor scale of her at all. In fact, I couldn't even recall what she looked like. Then, in this one, I randomly bumped into her on my very first day of this cycle, just after Anna gave Reza and I the generator. And then she helps me save Adine from her wing injury, doing something that I could never succeed in doing. And to top all of this off, I might not remember her, but she definitely remembers a lot about me. I just have this odd sensation that maybe I did meet her in another timeline before, but it's so vague it gets muddled and lost in all the noise. As such, it's not a stretch to think Izumi, and by extension everybody else, has survived everything in other timelines parallel to this one. This is getting a bit too metaphysical for me. Me too. I'm a biologist, not a quantum physicist. This kind of stuff is too much even for me. In the end, what matters is that everyone survived in this one, and the ancient generator is still intact. Tomorrow will be another day, and we'll be able to start working on saving this world in earnest. Right. So how are those knots in your stomach now? Gone, finally. My mind is at ease, knowing we survived this night without anything going wrong. I wrap Anna in a tight hug in front of Maverick, and I can see the jealousy in his eyes flare up, but he keeps a lid on it. Looks like he still can't let go of her after all this time. Should I? Let's hug Maverick too. Buddy, get in here. Well, that's worth a shot. I let go of Anna and quickly lean toward Maverick with open arms. Come here, you big lug. What the hell do you think you're doing? Hey, we're besties, aren't we? What do you think? I wrap my hands around the big grey dragon's neck and give him a hug for just long enough for it to not become uncomfortably awkward before letting go. After a few moments of silence, I finally yawn. I think it's time to call it a night by now. I agree, this was a surprisingly nice night, especially considering the crowd we've gathered before things got all heavy. Same here, it was nice to catch up and air out some baggage after all this time, and just maybe, I can finally begin to let it go. Which might be for the best. Here, it's not good for your mental health to keep tearing up old wounds. Anyways, I'm gonna head home for the night. Me too. I glanced toward Anna for a few seconds. Fine, if you're gonna be like that, I guess I could come with you. I just chuckled gently before taking her hand. Good night, Maverick. Good night, both of you. Good night to you too, Mav. That was a successful party. Everything went well. Everything went well. And it's chapter 6, oh yeah. We made it through chapter 5, so this is now beyond the scope of the original game. What's going to happen in the future? We're going to be finding out more very soon in the next episode. This is Usho signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time.